Hello Flosstube, and welcome to my channel 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐿 Handmade. I'm Natalie and I'm coming to you today on New Year's Eve just before midday from our little cottage on the outskirts of the Lincolnshire Wolds in England. So we have got Betsy Cat here. I'll just reach down so you can see her. There she is, she's asleep in her bed. That's straight. Got a little bit of a different setup here today because we've got a little table with the Christmas jigsaw on, so I'm put the tripod on there. So I hope you're all doing well and you had a wonderful Christmas. I was planning to come back here just before Christmas, but December just ran away with me. So I thought I would film today to say goodbye to 2022 and hello to 2023. And if you're new here, welcome, and I hope you see something that you like in my channel and would consider subscribing. And talking about subscribers, I've had some lovely new people that have come on board with this my creative journey, so thank you. And I'm edging towards 1,000 subscribers, and I'm putting together a little bit of a, well, not a little, quite a big giveaway for my 1,000 subscriber celebration. And a couple of the things that I'm going to include, I've got quite a lot of mess going around here, so a couple of things I'm going to include in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway is this pack of cottons by Paint Box Threads, an English country garden. So I'm going to include those, and I'm also going to put in this chart, Heart in Hand Bluebird Sampler. So that's just the start of the couple of things that I'm going to put in. I've got a kit and a needle minder, and then I'll put some other things in as well. So if you'd be like to be in a chance with entering for that particular giveaway, then if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button, and then once we get up to 1,000 I can show you the rest of the things in the giveaway. And talking about giveaway, from last episode I was giving away this Kit and Bixby winter fur chart, and I asked you what your favourite thing about winter was, and I had lots of lovely comments, so thank you if you commented. And I did the random comment picker, and just reading from my little book, which I'll show you in a moment, and the winner is Melody Patterson, who lives in Michigan, and she said, my favourite part of winter is watching new fallen snow at night when everything is so quiet and peaceful. Yes, I agree with that as well, though we don't get snow very often here. So I wrote that down in my little journal. This is one of the gifts that my hubby got me, and it's from Nina Allen Textiles on Etsy. I'll link her below. But I just love that clover, all hand embroidered. So yeah, Melody, congratulations, and if you click on the drop down box below, which has all the show notes and clickable links to this episode, you'll find my email address, 𝐻𝐨𝐿_handmade@yahoo.com, and so drop me a message and I'll pop that in the post to you. So yeah, as I said, all the clickable links for everybody I mentioned, like Nina Allen Textiles, will be in the show notes in the box below, and including my buy me a coffee page as well if you'd like to support this channel. And before we go on with what I've been stitching and things like that, there was just one thing that I wanted to mention. I just wondered if anybody would be interested in purchasing this Coming to America box. I haven't, it's a full kit apart from the fabric. I haven't used it at all, I don't think I'm just not going to get around to stitching it, and I'd like to de-stash it. So if you are interested in purchasing this, because I think it is out of print now, just send me a direct message on my Instagram page, which is 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐿 Handmade, and I shall tell you how much I want for it, and also if you can let me know whereabouts you are, and then I can work out postage and I can send you a PayPal invoice. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, because I'd like that to go to a good home where somebody will stitch it. I thought I'd just mention that. And then before we get on to stitching, there was a couple of things I wanted to show you. I purchased a couple of things from a shop called, an online shop called Beyond Measure, and I saw that they had these little jars, and I just had to order one for myself, and it's got an embroidery hoop on the top, which comes off, and it's got the industrious maker. So I just love that. I might use it as my art jar. There's a little pocket as well. Beautiful. So along with that, I also purchased this necklace. I'm going to put a little video in here, cutaway video, just to show you. And it's a little basket with some stalk scissors, a tiny little tape measure, and some spools of thread, and it's just the most cutest thing ever. It's not too heavy, and I just love it. So that was those two were my little Christmas gift to myself. I thought you'd quite like to see them, and I will link their shop below. So what have I got to show you today? So I've got a fully finished Christmas gift back from the framers. That's my mother-in-law's, and just before I wrap it, I wanted to mention about Teddy the cat, and then I've got some stitching progress, a little bit of haul, and some plans. So let's start with the big one. So this is with Thy Needle and Thread Bloom, and I stitched this with a cord 4 threads on a piece of 16 count cookie crumb from River Hut Designs, and I think it's turned out beautifully. I was a bit unsure about what frame. I was thinking maybe either just a plain wood or a black, but where I get my framing done in Chroma in Norfolk, Polly at the gallery, I take all my framing there. She's brilliant at advising colours and things like that, and I can never decide. So my hubby Greg was with me as well, so we went with this, which is a really good match for the Gentle Art Mulberry. So I just had a hanging. I normally have a stand, and that's where you can see, that's where I get my framing done. So yeah, I think it turned out really well, and I just love that mottling on that fabric. I think it's just enough. So yeah, it's not something I would particularly stitch for myself, looking at the pattern, but now it's framed up, I really, really like it. So, as I'm probably not going to stitch this again, for this episode I wanted to give away the chart. So, because it's bloom where you're planted, so just in the comments below, tell me what your favourite flower is. So I'll be looking for the word flower in your comment. So use your competition entry standard rules, and you have to be over 18. Can you please be a subscriber and like and share the video? And yeah, and I'll draw for that next time. So yeah, so I decided to frame mine rather than put it in a pillow. So yeah, so I'll draw for that in my next episode, which going into 2023, I'm not a huge planner, and I'll talk about plans in a moment, but I have decided that I'd like to record a bit more regularly, and even if I've got not a lot of stitching to show, I'd like to come on and have a chat with you, because I do really enjoy it, and when I leave it to like 3 weeks or a month, I have so much and then I forget things. So even if I've got a little bit of stitching, I'm going to come back and share that with you. And I'm thinking that I might do a bit of a vlog style as well, out and about. And I've also got the thought of doing a special episode entitled A Love Letter to Cross Stitch, which, just leave it there. I'm thinking of some ideas around that, but it's all to do with the craft of cross stitch. So look out for that in 2023, because I'm planning that at the moment. But so that's the giveaway for this episode. And now that I've shown this, I can wrap it up ready to give to my mother-in-law, where I'm going to see in the next day or two. So yeah, I hope she likes it. So that was my fully finished. And then the other one that I fully finished and gifted was the teddy cat, the Theodore from Stacey Nash Primitives Animal Cracker series. And I'll put a little video in here because I got him some lovely little treats for a little denim bag. So I did a little video, close-up video, to show you what they were. His little drink and sandwiches and his little fish in a bag. And I really enjoyed stitching that, and the recipient of that gift really liked it. So, and I mentioned that I wanted to do the other cat. I think there's just one more cat in the series, who's a Betsy, and I can find the chart. Oh, where have I put it? It's the trouble with having lots and lots of things. Bear with. And that dinging noise, you'll see that in a moment. I'm just going to pause here and I'll be back once I've found the chart. I'm back. I found it amongst all the mess. So let me just take it out of the plastic. So this is New Year's Eve, and I am planning to do no new starts from January to June, apart from one, which I'll show you in a moment. So today I've got 2 new starts planned. I've got one for this evening and then one for this afternoon. So my one for this afternoon is the Animal Crackers Clementine, which is going to be renamed Betsy. I just love that, and I don't think these photo pictures do them any justice. So yes, I'm going to start that this afternoon, probably on the head. A lot of 310 there. I think it's 310 the head. Let me just have a look. Well, that's what I'm going to use anyway, and I'll probably just use threads from Stash, because as well as no new stars, I'm going to not say I won't buy anything cross stitch between January to June, but I'm going to monitor what I spend and keep it at a limit. So, oh, it's Gentle Art Carriage Black for the Betsy head. I'm just going to use DMC 310. So I'm going to start that this afternoon. I can't wait. I love the dress. and I've got a little mother of pearl heart button that I'm going to put in the middle, and I don't quite know what to do about holding the strawberry. Might find a strawberry or a little mini handbag, which would be great, wouldn't it? And then I can find some little mini things to put in there, like a mini lipstick and maybe another fish in a bag. So yes, I'm going to start the Betsy this afternoon, and then this evening my other new start, which I am going to take to my sister Emily. She is stitching from Gnome Cottage on Instagram, so go over there and give her some love requests, because I think it's a private account, but she shows some amazing stitching. So the other thing that I'm planning to start tonight in the build up to 12 o'clock is this La-di-da cherry picker chart, and I'm stitching this along with my friend Karen, who lives in Denmark. So hello Karen. So I'm just getting everything together. It's not a very big chart. I've got this fabric, it's the other piece from the Bloom Where You Planted cookie crumb. Now I'll take this with me, and then I'll take another, maybe just plain cream Ada, because I'm a nightmare for not having enough fabric. So I'll let Emily count and see if that piece of fabric is going to be okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love anything cherry related, to eat, smell, love it. So when I was fishing through my stash, because I'm just going to use threads from stash, and that's another aim as well this coming year, is to use things from stash, is I found these silks that I got from Hoop and Frame. Sadly their UK website has closed now. So these are I can't pronounce it. I'll let you read it. There we go. And they are olive green. I'll take them out so that you can see. The sheen on them is quite amazing. So I'm thinking, look at that, I will probably use those for the greens in the vine at the top and here. And then I think I've definitely got, I think I might use cherry cobbler for the red. But yeah, I'm going to have a go. I'm not a prolific silk stitcher, but I just had those in my stash, and I thought I would use those to see what they're like. Put them back. And then of course I had to pick out a project bag to go along. So I've got this beauty to keep it in, and of course it's from my favourite bag maker, Made by Rachel, but I just love that. It's more of a autumn theme bag, but yeah, beautiful. And I just like the fact that she colour coordinates her zips, and they're just always so well made. And I like the fact that it's a light fabric inside, so you can always see, and always a box bottom as well. So my cherry picker project is going to go in this bag. I should put the fabric in there as well. So can't wait to start that one, and it shouldn't be too much of a bigger stitch. And talking about Made by Rachel, I'll just show you these quickly as I just mentioned her. So I, as another little gift to myself, very naughty, I knew she was having these bags in her shop, and I just thought I thought one day I'll look, and if she's got one left then I'll purchase it. So look at this beauty. I especially like the little cat in the Santa hat. I love all those fabrics. I just love her choice of fabrics, and then of course a red jingle bell, and then on the back is a minty colour. It's a polka dot but it's crosses, and her usual label, and a plain inside so you can see. And then I was super excited because I opened this one and Rachel sent me this one as a gift. I was blown away, and she sent it to say thank you for supporting her shop. And look at that. I love the angels with the little candy canes. I couldn't remember what they're called for a moment. Look at it. I think it's the Nutcracker, I think. Box bottom again. So I will link Rachel's shop below. I know she started selling little sewing books, little needle books as well, which are very cute. So yeah, if we can give her some business and some love, that would be great. Right, as I said that I wasn't going to do any new starts January to June apart from one, I'll show you the one that I'm planning to do. So at the beginning of February, I am going to start this one. And it's With Thy Needle and Thread, and it's Valentine's Day. I've shown this in a previous episode, but I do love that. Not too much stitching, so I should be able to get this done. And I've got some fabric ready, and I got this hoop from Stitch Kits on Etsy, who I will link as well. Oh, it's not the one I thought it was. I thought I'd picked up the right hoop, but I haven't. I've got a red hoop that says love at the top. But I also have got this one as well, which is very cute. That's a Liberty fabric. And then they sell these backs as well, which you've seen many times if you're a long-standing viewer of my episodes, that I stick on the back. So this wasn't the right one. As I say, the one that I'm going to put on the Valentine's one, it's a red hoop and it's got love, the word, across there. So that will be my new start for end of January, beginning of February, and that is my only new start for the first 6 months of the year, and it will be a nightmare. I'll be very, very tempted to start some things, but looking through my WIP basket, or shall I say baskets, I've got a lot of lovely projects that I really want to finish, and quite a lot of smalls, so if I can try and finish some of those WIPs, that'll be really great. So shall I show you what I've been stitching since I last saw you? There is a couple of new starts. So in December, it was my sister Emily's 40th birthday, and we each decided to stitch a full coverage Chris Dunn, and I think I showed you this before. So I decided to start the knitting circle, which I absolutely love. So with my starts, I always start at the top left, and this is an 18 count Ada. I got this as a kit, so I'll show you where I am. Would you believe it? That has got 6 colours in, and the needle minder came with it as well. So yeah, so this is going to be a long-term project, but I've made a start, and I'm going to keep it in my rotation and try and put some stitches on it each month to keep it going. I got it from Pain Free Crafts, and how their kits come is the DMCs come on these charts, and then on the instructions it will tell you where the symbol is, which thread chart it's on, so it's really simple to follow. So I have to say I'm quite enjoying this so far. I've made a working copy, which I never ever do, and I am highlighting off the stitches. So Emily, she's stitching the one with the train. Amazing it is. And when I'm there tonight, I shall do a little video of her start, and I'll pop it in the episode next time so you can see what she's stitching. So I'm not putting any pressure on myself to say when that is going to be finished. It'll be a long-term WIP. Now, I showed you this one last time. This is the freebie from Whilst Iris Naps Let It Snow. And I wanted to show you that I got the little ceramic snowflakes, and I got these from an Etsy shop, which I will link below. I haven't done much more on this. I've just put a couple of snowflakes on, but that is really close to a finish. And also in here is I am a subscriber to the Cotton and Twine cross stitch monthly box from Historical Sampler Company, and I got the November one, and I have made a little start on this, and it comes always beautifully packaged. Making an almighty mess down here. So there we go. So as I always do, I've started across, but what I'm planning to do is because they provide you with a hanger, which to me is quite big. So what I'm planning to do is make it into a bit of a wall hanging. So I'm going to put some fabric either side, and I picked up some fabrics I might use, and just put them in here. Oh, this was from Emily in one of her advents, because we exchanged advents as well this year. So I'm thinking that this might be really good for the back of the Let It Snow. So that's why I've left it in there. And the other one I've got Christmas fabric is this lovely red. So yeah, so 2 Christmas projects in there that will need finishing off. Oops. The next one is another new start. I'm getting all these new starts in, aren't I, before I've got no new starts. And this is another freebie from Whilst Iris Naps. I will link her website below, Christina, and if you haven't watched her YouTube channel, I'll link that as well. She's from Yorkshire. She lives in 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐬, which is a beautiful market town. So this is her Myra Dunn 1922 freebie. And I'm stitching this to honour and remember my nan, who was in the Land Army. And in a previous episode I showed you the photograph I've got of her in her Land Army uniform. So I've just made a small start on this. Took this on Christmas Eve and just stitched that whilst we were at Emily's. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 16 count Fabric Flair Cafe Au Lait, which is another one of my favourite fabrics. And the thread that I'm using is a Threadworks green. And it's got just some subtle mottling, and it is, trying to find the number, 1048, to write that on the back. So, and that's to relate to her green woolen jumper that she wore as part of her Land Army uniform. And then once this is finished, and it'll be going on my WIP pile for the beginning of next year, I'm going to have it framed in the same frame that the photograph of her is. The other new start that I've got, I started this month, is from Carolyn Manning Designs. I've never stitched any of her charts before, but when I was having a little browse on Lakeside Needlecraft, I came across this one and I just had to put it in my cart, and it's called Grandma's Lilacs, and I just love that. So I'm planning to stitch this and have it framed in a sort of white shabby chic frame, and that will go alongside my lavender farm that I'm stitching, and also my mostly purples and lavenders sampler one that I'm stitching. So I'm sort of going to have a bit of a lavender wall in my bedroom, well, our bedroom. So I also ordered a piece of Zweigart lavender, 8 words are difficult today, and I've made a start. And I have to say that I am loving this. It's really therapeutic, stitching all of the little squares. Really therapeutic, and it's all DMC. There's another one that I really like. It's a Halloween one, which I may purchase towards October, but for now I'm trying to put some more stitches in this one. And Emily kindly gave me a DMC that I was out of, and my local shop didn't have either, so I could fill some squares in. And the other one that I've been working on, oh, just to say, I'm keeping my DMCs for that project in this cute little teddy bear bag. I can find the little label. I got this from Loop of London, which is a knitting shop, but they also have like a haberdashery section with some really cute things. I've got a bag over there that I'll just nip and get. I won't show you what's in here because it's a WIP as a gift for Emily, but I also got this bag from Loop of London as well, which is based on an old oil painting. It's one of my favourite bags. So this little cutie is from a French designer called Natalie, and that's her name below. Look at the little label, I have to keep that as well. So yes, I like to keep my threads in little pouches within my project bag. I do have some floss rings, but I tend to like these little pouches. But I couldn't resist that one. They've got a little poodle dog as well, and I really like the cat, but it was out of stock. But I also like this one. So yeah, Loop of London, which I am hoping to visit next year. It's on my places I want to go to. Right, back to my last WIP that I was working on. You've seen this before, keeping this in this lovely vintage style floral project bag that my friend Donna Ray sent me for Christmas. I think it was a couple of years ago. So this is the one that I started when we were in Garda, Italy, and it's from Miss Prim. I'll link the Etsy shop below, and it's Miss Prim's People Pillows collection, and it's Mr. Darcy in Love. One of my favourite things is Pride and Prejudice, so I had to stitch this. This is on a piece of, I think it's 14 count, just 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞 grey from Stash. And I've done a bit more since I last saw you, and I'm really enjoying this. So there we go. So when you last saw it, I think I got the E done and his arms. So I'm just putting his face in. And I'm just using threads from Stash for this. But yeah, I tested my husband and said, what does the EB stand for? He didn't get it. So yeah, so this is going to be a sort of long, thin pillow. Moving on, I need to put his top hat in and then start his wings. And I found some amazing fabric to go on the back. So this is going to be, going to get a feather pillow insert and some fabric for the back. And as I say, I found some amazing Jane Austen fabric on Etsy. I go to Etsy for most things. So I've saved it, and then I will back it with some Jane Austen fabric. Yeah, I'm really enjoying him. He's got a lot of character. He's very whimsical. It's a very me stitch, this is. Quite quirky. So, that's what I've been stitching on since I last saw you. The other thing that I really want to get back to, and it's housed in my another Made by Rachel bag. I do have bags from other people, but they're mostly Made by Rachel. Is in this very cute whimsical woodland theme bag. She's still fast asleep. She likes to put her back legs out straight. She's got a little bit of arthritis in her back legs, bless her. So I'll take a picture and insert it here of what she's looking like. Very cute. Anyway, back to stitching. So in here is from Cottage Garden Samplings, the Needleworker Sampler. This, and I'm stitching this along with Sharon, who's Magnolia Nana, and I'll link her YouTube channel below. So if you haven't watched Sharon, go and give her a like and a watch. I love watching her and a little cute doggy Lucy. So I'm stitching this on, is there another piece of cafe au lait? Yes, 16 count cafe au lait, and this is where I've got to. So I want to pull this out again because I really enjoy stitching on this, and I think it's lovely, and I'm wondering whether it will go up here. We do have a picture up there at the moment, which I'll put an insert in, but I would like to have some of my stitching on the wall. And we haven't got very much wall space because it's only a little cottage, but yes, I'm planning to put that up there. And I've got my threads in a little, it was the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Cozy Cafe. That was a bit of a fail sell for me. So yeah, so I'm planning to pick this back up in the new year. Sharon started with the lady, but I thought I'd start at the top because I'd like to move down to the house. And if you're wondering about my Christmas gifts, showed you the cat video and the bloom where we're planted. Now Emily's, which I've shown you before, we met up Christmas Eve and I was saying that I was badly planned what I'd wanted to make her this year, and so she was running out of time to fully finish hers to me, so we agreed that we would exchange at the end of January for this year. And I've already in my mind planned out what I'm going to do her for Christmas 2023, because I've told myself I need to start it earlier so I can finish it earlier to put less pressure on myself. Wise words. And so I must follow them. So I will show you that in my next episode. I've done a little bit more on it, but I need to pick that up as well, so it will be finished. And also another bit of a fail was the JBW Kitties in a Round, which I'm stitching for a friend. That's nearly a finish, but of course I ran out of time again, so I'm planning to give that to her for Christmas 2023 as well. And I have found a brick red hoop to put that in. The same company as Stitch Kits as my mustard Liberty hoop that I showed you earlier. So yeah, so plans for 2023, as I say, is finish those two off and work on WIPs from January to June, with that one Valentine start at the end of January, beginning of February. So that's all I've got to talk about today and show you, and I want to say thank you so much to everybody that has commented, liked and supported my channel in 2022. It's been amazing. I love reading all of the comments. I always reply, and I just like being part of this community. I'm being really inspired by everybody's making, and always enabled as well, but trying not so much for the first part of the month. That doesn't mean to say I'm allowed to go crazy for the last 6 months. But yeah, it's just been great. And as I say, if you're not a subscriber, I would really love it if you would consider just clicking on the subscribe button. And you never know, you might be the winner of the 1000 subscriber giveaway box, which will include these amazing threads and loads of other goodies and some sweeties as well. And that'll be open to everybody, international and UK as well. So hit the subscribe button, well, my face, my logo here, and I shall see you again in a couple of weeks' time. And you can also catch up with me on Instagram, where I'm Home Sweet Home Handmade as well. But until then, Happy New Year everybody, and enjoy your stitching. Take care, bye.